Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. I love noodles. It doesn't matter what kind. Soupy, stir-fried, I love them all. So today we're going to be making one of my favourite soupy styles, miso soy ramen, with spicy grilled chicken and chili crisp oil. If that sounds like something you could get your mouth around, hang around to see how this one turns out. As always, a full list of ingredients can be found at the end of the video. They'll also be listed in the description below. Let's kick this one off by marinating our chicken. Today I have myself some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You could use breast if you prefer, but today we're making quite an intense broth to go with our noodles, and I want that rich thigh flavour to stand up to our broth.
Great story. Compelling and rich.
For the marinade, into a bowl goes white miso, a little sambal chili paste, some sesame oil, and a little rice vinegar. Give this one a good mix until it's nice and homogeneous. We aren't going to be adding any salt to this marinade, as the miso packs quite a salty punch, and we don't want to overdo it. Then in goes our chicken thighs. Rummage them around a little so they're all coated, and into the fridge they go to chill out. While the chicken hangs out, I'm going to get the base of my soup stock going. I'll start by chopping my ginger. I want to julienne this one a little today, as it's going to add a cool texture, and we don't want it disappearing into our soup. Then some thinly sliced garlic, and these can go to the side. Followed by a few spring onions. I'm going to slice the white parts and pop them with my ginger and garlic, and then slice the green parts and set them aside for later. Lastly, I'll cut up my bok choy. Same deal here, I want to keep the firmer stalk parts separate to the tender leaves, and that's all of our prep done, so let's get cooking. Into a medium-sized saucepan goes a little sesame oil, and we want to bring this one up to medium heat so we can smell the sesame start to toast slightly. Then in goes our mix of ginger, garlic, and the spring onion whites. We can cook these a little to make them soften. Into the pan goes our chicken broth. I know most chefs will say you need to make your own, but I'm pretty slack and I'm not opposed to buying stocks when needed. But for this one, I've specifically gotten myself a pre-made broth rather than a stock. Then in goes our soy sauce, followed by our fish sauce and our hoisin. I'll give this a mix to combine and bring it up to a simmer. Again, we have a lot of salty things going on here. I don't want to reduce this at all. I simply want to bring it to a simmer and set it aside while we cook our chicken. Into a pan on medium heat goes our chicken. Keep an eye on this one. This marinade is quite easy to burn, but if you keep your pan on the lower side and move your chicken around a little, it caramelizes fantastically. Once it's cooked, slip the chicken onto a plate and set it aside while we finish off our soup. I'll bring the broth back up to temperature and give it a check for seasoning. If it tastes salty here, add a little water, as we still have some salt to go. Before finishing my soup, I'll pop on a pot of water to poach an egg, so it's ready as this all comes together. Add a little broth to your miso in a bowl. This is going to help mix it in a lot easier, and get us a really rich, smooth soup. And it's easier to grab some out now before we start adding in our other ingredients.
Ow! Oh, for the love of God! It burned!
Pop the stalky parts of the bok choy into the broth to start softening a little, followed by the ramen noodles. We want these ones to cook for about 90 seconds or so in total, so it's best to stay close while bringing this all together. In goes the leafy part of the bok choy, along with a few of the sliced spring onion tops, and we can turn off the heat. In goes the tempered miso and broth mixture. Give it a good stir. We don't want the sauce boiling when the miso goes in, as too much heat will kill all the miso flavour from the natural fermentation. And I'll pop an egg onto poach, that I definitely didn't turn my camera on for. Okay, that was a lot on all at once, but we're almost there. I'll give my chicken a rough slice and set it aside. Into a bowl goes a mound of noodles, followed by our soft poached egg. Then lay a few strips of chicken over the top. I'll sprinkle my egg with a little furikake for some extra umami, and a little of that seaweed flavour. Over the top goes our sliced spring onions and a few ladles of broth. Lastly, a good amount of chili crisp oil to bring it all together with a little punch. And there we have it, my miso soy ramen with spiced chicken and chili crisp oil. This is comfort food at its finest. It's amazing how much flavour you can pack into a little bowl like this. It's spicy, has loads of texture, doesn't take a lot of time to make, and most importantly, it's delicious. What's your favourite soupy noodles? Please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video everyone. If you liked it, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. See you on the next one!